Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Snappy News with Ewura Esi. Now the headlines. 2020 presidential aspirants of Ghana's two major political parties sign peace pact. Some celebrities come under attack for supporting the NPP parliamentary aspirant Madam Lydia Al-Hassan against their colleague John Dumelo. Actors Prince David Osei and Richard Asante aka Calibos come for fellow celebrities reproaching them for supporting their colleague John Dumelo's opponent. Campaigning in Ayawaso against John Dumelo isn't a smart move, says Ghanaian journalist Bridget Otoo. Ex-President John Dramani Mahama denies ever funding adverts against Free Senior High School. Special voting ends on a peaceful note. All COVID-19 protocols observed. Now on the international front. Former USA Presidents Barack Obama, George Bush, and Bill Clinton agreed to take COVID-19 vaccine on camera. Singer Rihanna and rapper A$AP Rocky sparked dating rumors. The Mike Tyson vs. Roy Jones Jr. boxing bout ends in a draw. Footballer Emmanuel Adebayo accuses ex-girlfriend Delish Matthews of being a cheat. Now the news and details. The 2020 presidential aspirants of the two major political parties, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo of the New Patriotic Party and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama of the National Democratic Congress, who are both seeking a second presidential term, signed a peace pact on Friday, 4th December, at the Movenpick Ambassador Hotel in Accra, before they face off at the polls in the upcoming elections on Monday, the 7th of December. This year's election will be the tiebreaker in the ongoing tug for power in Ghana between the two long-time political rivals, in addition to the 10 other candidates in the presidential race. The peace pact is aimed at reducing the tension in various camps and ensuring that there is peace before, during, and after the elections. Actors Prince David Osei, Calibos, Bibi Bright, and others who hit the streets to campaign for the MP for Ayawaso West Wuogon, Honorable Lydia Al-Hassan, to retain her seat ahead of the December 7th polls have come under attack. The support from these celebrities for John Dumelo's opponents divided the public on whether or not they did the right thing by supporting their colleague's opponent. Even their fellow colleagues like Beverly Afaglo and Christiana Awuni lambasted Prince David Osei, Calibos, and the others who supported John Dumelo's opponent and described them as money-hungry celebrities, and also alleged that they are being paid to tarnish John Dumelo's image. Meanwhile, actors Prince David Osei and Calibos have also jabbed their colleagues who expressed their disappointment in them and described them as being hypocritical. Prince David Osei, in his reply to Christiana Awuni, told her she needs free SHS to understand the meaning of politics and democracy. Ghanaian journalist Bridget Otoo has described the campaign for Lydia Al-Hassan against John Dumelo in Ayawaso West by some celebrities as it not being a smart move. In a tweet, she said, "If you are an actor campaigning in Ayawaso against John Dumelo, it isn't such a smart move. You are indirectly telling voters not to consider people like yourself because you are not built for serious works." A colleague journalist, Michael Otieje, in a tweet also said, "Everybody is free to pick a side and propagates that publicly, but other actors clearly are not supposed to because their colleague is contesting in the particular race. This logic I don't understand. Must have been why every journalist backed upon Nkrumah." Bridget Otoo, who felt Michael Otieje's tweet was directed at her, went on to attack him for questioning her logical reasoning for coming at celebrities campaigning for the NPP in Ayawaso against their own colleague John Dumelo. Meanwhile, Michael Otieje decided to be civil about it and cautioned his followers not to use his views to attack his colleague, Bridget Otoo. The NDC presidential aspirant John Mahama has denied sponsoring adverts against NPP's free SHS policy. In an interview with GH1 Sewa Amehia, the former president said the position of the NDC remained that the policy should not be introduced on whims of a desperate politician. According to John Mahama, the constitution calls for progressively free SHS, but the NPP wanted to introduce free SHS now, and that was what the NDC was and has always been against.
He says that you funded a lot of adverts against Free Senior High School in 2012 and in 2016.
It's not true. None of our adverts went against Free Senior High. None of our adverts. Show me. They just...
Meanwhile, in other news, NPP's presidential aspirant Nana Akufo-Addo has described NDC's presidential aspirant John Mahama's campaign as one that has fallen in water.
The campaign at Tosio. Campaign at Tosio. The campaign.
The special voting exercise, which was conducted on the 1st of December, saw security personnel, the media, and some selected individuals cast their votes across various polling stations ahead of the general election on December 7th. Former U.S. Presidents Barack Obama, George Bush, and Bill Clinton said they are willing to be vaccinated against the novel coronavirus on television in order to ease any public skepticism over the safety of new vaccines. I may end up taking it on TV or having it filmed, just so people know that I trust the science, says former U.S. President Obama. George Bush, who is Obama's predecessor, is also willing to get a vaccine on camera once the U.S. Food and Drug Administration grants emergency approval, according to Freddie Ford, George Bush's chief of staff. Bill Clinton will definitely take a vaccine as soon as it is available to him, based on the priorities determined by public health officials, and he will do it in a public setting if it is to urge all Americans do the same, says her spokesman, Angel Ewura, as written in an email. American singer Rihanna is dating rapper A$AP Rocky. The couple sparked dating rumors after Rihanna split from her billionaire boyfriend of 3 years, Hassan Jameel, in January. The two are finally official and were even spotted having dinner with friends at the Beatrice Inn in New York over the weekend, according to New York Post page 6. Mike Tyson's return to boxing at age 54 ended in a draw with 51-year-old Roy Jones Jr. on Saturday in an 8-round exhibition battle of former heavyweight champions. Mike Tyson in an interview claimed to have smoked marijuana before fighting in the bouts that earned him around $7.5 million. Footballer Emmanuel Adebayo has accused his Namibian ex-girlfriend Delish Matthews and former Big Brother Africa winner of being a liar and a cheat. He took to his Instagram stories to narrate how his ex-girlfriend allegedly introduced her sugar daddy to him as her uncle, and also squandered money he gave her, which was meant for her family, on his visit to Namibia, and calling him stingy afterwards. Delish also took to her Instagram stories and in her rebuttal described Adebayo of being a narcissist. Now this is a peace campaign message. As we prepare to go to the polls and elect a president and members of parliament, we urge the good people of Ghana to vote peacefully and adhere to all electoral rules and regulations to avoid any conflict or misunderstanding. We need to maintain the peace our beloved country is known for. We've come to the end of Snappy News with Ewura Esi. Thanks for watching, and kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel for more news updates and other interesting programs. My name is Ewura Esi Adda. Have a good evening.